Hello world, and welcome to the Life-O-The-Artist David Alexander English, right here on Venice Beach, California, the veritable edge of Western civilization. So I'm engaged, it occurred to me I'm engaged in this experiment that everybody, I think every human has this question at some point in their life. They think, what if I was diagnosed with cancer? What would I do? What would I do immediately? What would I do with the rest of my life? And so forth. So having received that challenge on September 19th, it became pretty clear that I had been living with cancer for more than a year without having much of an idea that was what was going on. But then it slowly started to dawn on me that was what was going on, or might be what's going on. And I had the confirmation on the 19th of September. And since then, I've been trying to keep people updated and keep this kind of video journal going about the journey. Seagull. I love seagulls. So, as you can see, I am still alive and well and playing. So this is a quick update of what's been happening this week. So I think the last time I posted was a week ago, and within a day or two of that, I got this giant boil show up on my face. And if you want to know what that's like, it's like, imagine the largest zit you have ever had in your life times 10. And I'm not sure if it's a function of or a product of the cancer, or if it's a product of all the frantic cleansing I've been doing. But speaking of cleansing, at this very moment, I am 2.5 days into a 5-day colon, liver, gallbladder cleanse, Dr. Schultz's colon, liver, gallbladder cleanse. And it's actually 2 cleanses. The colon cleanse is one thing and the liver gallbladder is another. And I'm just doing it all at the same time. And what this means is that first thing in the morning I start with a glass of water. Luckily, for the duration of this cleanse, I'm staying at a friend's house, so I have access to a toilet and a kitchen. Because this becomes pretty obvious pretty quick. It's very challenging to do it in the bus. I've done it in the bus before, but it's really challenging. So, first thing in the morning, 8 ounces of water. Next thing is a liver flush, which is lemon, ginger, like half a lemon or a lemon, working up to a whole lemon. Couple of cloves of garlic, about a thumb-sized piece of ginger, and 8 ounces of water with a sheen of olive oil on top of that, and you blender that and then shoot it down. And anybody can do this anytime. It's a really good thing to do first thing in the morning. It also makes a very interesting salad dressing. Then I do the colon cleanse, which is 8 ounces of water, a little bit of fruit juice. In this case, this time I'm using apple juice, organic and blah blah blah, apple juice, and then what's the other thing? Then a tablespoon of Dr. Schultz's cleanse, and what that is it's bentonite clay and flaxseed and some herbal mixture, and you shake it up in a little jar and shoot it down, and you do that 5 times a day. And then you've got what's his detox tea that you've cooked up and everything. 2 cups of that, and 2 tinctures. One is the liver gallbladder tincture, so you're putting 4 drops of that in there, and then 3 of the detox tincture. And the detox tincture is like the seriousness. Like when you squeeze it into the when you drop it into the tea, you can see it bubbling. It starts everything bubbling. So now it's bubbling inside of me. So the answer to that question, like what would you do if you were ever diagnosed with cancer, this cleanse was what I always thought I would do, would be the first thing that I did. And I finally was able to. It's not cheap. It cost about $100 worth of scraping pennies together to get all this stuff together. But so you do the detox tea with those tinctures in it 3 times a day, and you do this all for 5 days. The first day you could eat if you wanted. They recommend smoothies and all this kind of stuff while you're doing it. And he has a superfood that I couldn't afford to do, but it kind of replenishes all the stuff that you wouldn't be hungry if you were doing his superfood as well. Put it in your smoothies and whatnot. So the first day you can eat regular food, and the middle 3 days it's all juice, no solid food, and then the last day you can start eating regular food again. So I'm halfway through, and feels good. I just weighed myself again today. And I weighed myself a couple of days ago and at the beginning of the week, and I weigh 184 pounds naked. So I've probably lost about 12 pounds since this thing started. And because I started cleansing and all this sort of stuff as soon as I got the diagnosis, and cut out all white foods and whatnot. So experimenting with different diets and all that kind of stuff. So I went, after I posted on Sunday, last Sunday I think it was. Thank you to the 2 folks, Mr. Endicott. For the $20, and two folks, Patty, thank you for the $20. I hope you enjoy the book. And so with that, your $40, I put it into buying this what I felt like I really needed to do is this cleanse. And but these are donations are really welcome, and anybody else is more than welcome to donate, because it's going to take a village. So I followed on my plan, which was to this week explore what sort of public resources are there for people that get cancer diagnosis. So I went to yesterday. I went to both the Social Security Administration here in LA, nearest office, and the county office. And this is after telephone calls and finding out what was available, and so I got approved for what they call CalFresh here, which is basically food stamps or SNAP or whatever you want to call it, and but I haven't gotten the card yet, and I got approved. Well, I filled out the application for a Social Security disability, because if I were to go through what the doctors are recommending, which is the chemo, blah blah blah, I would be pretty debilitated and unable to work. And frankly, I can't really see putting, until I see this start to turn around, I can't really see putting a lot of time into the boardwalk, because it's just, the money isn't there, it's not coming. And the reason I'm looking into these public options is because, you know, I have absolutely no savings, and I think I have $19 in the bank today, and I can't really count on the kindness of strangers to pay my bills. I mean, it'd be great if, you know, people wanted to, you know, buy the work, but I mean, they've had chances to buy the work and nobody's bought any friggin' work, and so I gotta, time is short, and I need to see what I can count on going forward, because very quickly this week I have to make a decision in a day or so, a couple of days after this weekend actually, because I have a scheduled PET scan for the 17th. Tuesday I have to go through some class that explains what the options are for housing and you know, home, you know, what they do for homeless people and all this kind of stuff, food stamps and all that, to get what they call GR, and general relief here, and that's from the county, and it's about $200, but it's actually a loan on, like, if you get Social Security, if the Social Security comes through, then they just take it, you know, whatever they've given you so far, you know, 1 or 2 months or whatever, they just take it out of what the Social Security gives you. And you know, I went to this interview yesterday at the Social Security Administration, and they said it could take 3 to 4 months, and I was like, I could be dead in 3 or 4 months. She's like, there's, you know, it's up to them, you know, that's the process. I was like, oh, that's good to know. So we go forward, and but at least the, you know, the process is moving. You know, I have the application in there, and if, you know, I asked, you know, like, what's the most you could get out of that, which doesn't mean that that's what I would get, but it would be something like $900 or so, which would cover all of my, you know, my overhead. My monthly overhead is about $450. You know, storage fees. At this moment, I'm gonna try to consolidate and cut down on that. But right now it's $450, and that would, you know, cover my bills, and that would make it possible for me to take a breath for a minute and maybe go on a little walkabout, you know, go sit in the woods for a minute and collect myself. or go to Hawaii and sit on the beach for a minute. Although right now sitting on this beach feels really wonderful too. I'm about the next chapter of the Enoch book that I'm making into a movie. The next episode, I'm about 3 minutes are completed of a 9-minute chapter episode, and I showed it to my friend Rita, and she was like, she was really amazed, because it's what's really cool about it. In 2 minutes in this chapter, you have to. I had to draw, because the character, Enoch, is speaking, and he's talking about sacred geometry, and he basically explains sacred geometry in 2 minutes. I had to draw all these, it took about 10 hours worth of drawing on this iPad, as a matter of fact, to draw his explanation. And I showed it to Rita, and she says it really works. It's like, you get this 2-minute crash course in what sacred geometry is, because you have the visuals to reinforce what he's saying. I'm really excited about it. It's like I want to hurry up and finish the episode just so you all can see that. And I'll be working on that for the rest of the afternoon after we finish this. So I'm going to try to cut this shorter. And let's see. Yeah, so meeting this on Tuesday to get the GR approval. That'll cover some, they'll probably cover the phone bill, which comes due the day after it comes due on the 18th. The PET scan is on the 17th. If I decide to do it, I'm waffling between, should I even do that? One, they inject you with this radiation stuff, and scan your body for 3 hours. I don't know that I want that stuff in my body, but it'd be really good to get to have a record of what's going on here. A good starting point to know where it is before we eliminate it. And then we could talk about how we eliminate it, and because I'm not planning to leave the world anytime soon. Let me reiterate if I can. So this patch I have on there, this is it's a stem cell patch. It's one of these alternative therapies that I'm trying out, and it's right on the swollen lymph node. And I'm envisioning that this lesion or tumor, or whatever you're calling it, in my throat is getting smaller. That's my main thing. I'm still alkaline, which is thumbs up, and just trying to. I'm thinking that I might shoot a video sometime this week, and show you kind of what it is that if you've ever been to the boardwalk and you see me all set up and everything, you're missing about what you see is about a third of what it goes through to put all that together. And I have this idea. I'm not going to be setting up in the boardwalk much in the future, for quite a while, at least the next couple of months. And I figured it might be good to document that, and I might do a live stream or something and show you what that is, what that looks like. So yeah, that's kind of a whirlwind explanation of what's been going on in my universe. I did another session with Heidi Henkel's sensitive imago machine this week, and a lot came through that experience. It was wonderful. Once again, she came pick me up, and she and Darlene and their magnificent dog, and we and after the treatment, I don't want to go too deep into that, what happened with the treatment, except it was a really good experience, a really good scan. It's great, it's great to keep a record of what's happening and where we're going. And then we were able to go over to John Riley's and do a little quick session with that and introduce them. Whoa. And that just felt really wonderful. So yeah, things are happening, things are moving. I feel great. I feel very blessed. I feel like I have to go to the bathroom right now. No big surprise there. You just gotta keep all these fluids going. It's wonderful. And what else? Yeah, I feel really blessed. I feel very loved and appreciated. And if anybody, just a little plug, if anybody wants to donate any money to whatever it is that I'm doing here, you're more than welcome to go to my personal website and click on the donation contributions link. It'll go through PayPal, and I will do my best. If you haven't gotten any ebooks from me so far, I can pick out an ebook and I'll send you the ebook from the list. There's googobs of them, so yeah, it'd be really helpful. I've got a lot of yumminess to keep oozing into the world, and so every little bit helps. No sum is too small, as it were. So I'll show you where I am. That's Venice Fishing Pier right there. And yeah, this came over here because there's a wall right there that's keeping the wind. See, there's the Venice Tower, lifeguard tower. This wall the wind is pretty serious coming across it. Yeah, there were big fires yesterday coming. The air quality is not really good here, so I'm not staying out too long today. There's this thing about taking care of yourself, you gotta, I don't know, it's a discipline in and of itself, right? Anyway, let me give you some eye contact. This is me beaming love at you. Thank you.